All right, here we are. It's Thursday, and we're at training camp for day 7. And boy, has it gotten cooler here at St. John Fisher.
It's freezing over here. I'm either swimming in my own sweat or I've got a jacket on because it's so cold. What are we doing?
It's low 70s here today.
You're not kidding.
A much-needed respite from the heat we had through the first 5 or 6 days of training camp practices. Rainstorm came through last night and this morning, which is why we have rain gear on, because it was still drizzling at the start of practice, but it then tapered off, and they were able to get a session in.
Practice, I thought. I mean, it was
good.
Yeah.
Again, the 2-minute drill was done at half speed because of the shortness of bodies available for practice, and we should probably get to that first and foremost. Not practicing today, Curtis Samuel, Caden Prather, Dion Dawkins, Greg Rousseau, Daquan Jones all had veteran rest days. Spencer Brown still not back. Alec Anderson, whose wife on Instagram revealed that he had his knee scoped. He had a knee injury. He's had that scoped and is considered week to week by the Bills coaching staff. So that's a new development. Terrell Bernard still out with the hamstring. Dorian Williams with the lower leg strain. Max Hairston obviously going to be out for a few weeks with the LCL sprain. And Cole Bishop not practicing today due to a quad injury. Good news is Ty Johnson, who got shaken up in practice yesterday, back out there today. KJ Hamler back practicing. Elijah Moore back practicing. Tyrell Shavers back practicing after the ankle injury last Sunday. And Dwayne Carter back practicing. And the biggest one, for the first time in training camp, Dawson Knox practiced, albeit on a limited basis. That's a long list, man.
Yeah. You kind of shrug your shoulders. It's going to happen. None of this worries me or concerns me until we get about 3 or 4 weeks further down. Max Harrison's thing, I think the minimum is going to be 3 weeks. I think it might be a little more than that. Who knows? It's, and all these other things that you've been mentioning. I mean, even, Cole Bishop's quad, I don't know if it's a pull or it's just got bumped or got a, contusion. Who knows? But, all this stuff, it's just what you go through. How they handle the reps, and you and I kind of benefit from this, and it sounds crazy, because we get to see the depth chart right before our eyes, because when Cole Bishop goes down, next guy up is, the guy, we're looking for. So it's telling when these injuries happen, because it forces them to show us who the next guy in line is.
Yeah.
And, Shaq Thompson's going to be maybe third or fourth linebacker here. So it's, stuff like that it's really interesting.
Yeah, we were talking about him yesterday and how just 10 months removed from Achilles surgery, he is moving very well for a guy on the wrong side of 30. His recovery has been remarkable. So to see the way he is playing, moving, sprinting, it's impressive. And I think it's impressed the coaching staff, as evidenced by the time he's getting on the field. He's getting rotated in for reps with the ones. And look, Dorian Williams is not part of the equation right now. Neither is Terrell Bernard. Maybe that changes when those two guys come back. But right now, he's clearly in the top 5. He's clearly in the top 5. So I think it's been – I think the Bills, when they first signed him, looked at it like, hey, look, this guy's coming off Achilles surgery. Maybe he's not quite ready to be on a 53-man roster at the start of the season. Maybe we put him on the practice squad, maybe second half of the year if we have some injuries. Here's a veteran player we can rely on. Now he's in camp, and he's running around making plays, and it's like, holy cow, we're getting more than we signed up for.
He is, he and also Buffalo Joe is rising through the ranks. I mean, he's become kind of a –
he'll be in the running for the backup mic job.
He's a fixture. So all that stuff going on, it's interesting to watch, and we're just going to have to keep on top of it. But the injury list, while it is kind of disconcerting for fans, because they don't know, are these guys really going to hurt? How you got like 9,000 guys hurt. But for the coaching staff and for the evaluation process, it's probably actually a good thing for the guys who actually get to take reps who may not have had the opportunity otherwise.
Yeah, I get it. 7-on-7 red zone early in practice. Keon Coleman with a touchdown catch in tight coverage right in front of us. Dane Jackson was draped all over him, and he just boxed him out, stuck his hand out, pulled it in for the touchdown. It was an impressive play to witness.
Yeah, on both ends of it. Tremendous throw by Josh. And we were like you said, we were standing right there. There's no way that's getting caught. When it was, 2/3 of the way there,
he made it look easy.
I was like, that's an incomplete.
He made it look easy.
Yeah, it's trying to force it in.
I think we're seeing more and more of those plays.
Yeah.
From Keon, and part of the reason why is because all these other guys that are out in the receiver position. So he's taken advantage of getting the reps, and his rapport with Josh has only improved because of it. So that's encouraging
I think
to see.
the key thing, because that was a tight window throw, and he tried it. I don't know that Josh would have tried it, every day of Keon's career, but he tried it today, and it worked. And those are the kind of plays, that exact kind of play is the kind of play that gets you more chances like that.
Yeah. There was an extended low red zone period, 11-on-11, Steve. It wasn't goal line, but it was low red zone. All those plays between the 10-yard line and the 5-yard line, they were working that a long time today. That segment went over 15 minutes, which is long for an NFL practice.
It's a lot of snaps that they took, and it was physical down inside. They both ran and passed. It wasn't like a pass-only drill or – we're going to let Josh throw it, or we're only going to run him. The wide receivers are going to turn into blocking guys. They ran it and they threw it. It was just pick a defense and you can pull out your whole repertoire of plays in that area. So it was fun to watch because the defense really had to be on its toes and the offense had to execute. It was, you're right, Brownie. That was a nuts and bolts for the season kind of period of the practice.
Turning some touchdowns in during that session. Khalil Shakir ran in after catching it in the right flat from about 5 yards out. We also saw Stephen Gosnell score, the undrafted rookie receiver. Mm-hmm. Who else do I have on the list here?
Jackson Hawes caught it.
Jackson Hawes caught a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid a touchdown. And one of the guys you've got your eye on, Wilkerson, the undrafted rookie receiver, had a touchdown. So that's kind of who scored during that period. I'm kind of looking at some of the pass breakups that were made. And let's see here. Well, there was a pass interference call, but it was Dorian Strong with a pass breakup on a throw to Zach Davidson, the tight end. And a nice run stuff by Daquan Hardy, who came from his corner spot to fill the hole and stuff to run on the inside. He got dapped up by Jemiah Adai, the cornerbacks coach, after making that play. Then Deion Kane had a touchdown, and Frank Gore ran one in. Frank Gore Jr., I should say, ran one in late during that low red zone period.
Yeah.
And there's
a lot going on.
That was essentially it, though, because once again, because the numbers are so low with all these injuries, they ran their 2-minute drill for the second straight practice at half speed.
Right.
Ran it at half speed.
Right.
Which takes away from what you're trying to accomplish there, conditioning for people like the offensive linemen, then thinking fast and making quick decisions.
Yeah. It turns into an academic exercise rather than a practice. But, it has some value, but you're a prisoner to the numbers, and right now they're just trying to get through that practice and get as much out of it as they can. It's a little better than a walkthrough, but not much.